that we know it, like you said, we know where she stands on that.
Yeah. And we know where most of the Democratic Party stands on it. Like they have adopted it because it's just been so. It's like for the right, the pro-life crowd, they're not very. They're very vocal, and they're guaranteed to come out and vote every election, and so they're tolerated by people on the right that even and they're encouraged to be a part of it. That's the woke people are the pro-lifers on the are the left version of
Right,
the right's
yeah,
pro-lifers.
exactly, and it's the not to it's a kind of a cliche statement but like virtue signals. People who are looking to you, I don't look at it as people who are looking to seek virtue. I see it more as people who like to use guilt as a weapon and to fucking use it as for manipulation tactics.
They're signaling their virtuousness because they're not virtuous. They
Right.
need to signal.
Right.
They need to oh, look how good of a white person I am.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The most, in my personal experience, the most I've ever been self-righteous is also the most I've ever been a piece of shit. Like, I don't even say that to be funny. Like, that's because, I mean, I'm a human being. We'll get to my fucking problems over time. But, like, and the things I've done. But, like it's the truth. Like, I see it more as, like, a disassociation type of thing. It's like, we have a friend. We can't fucking keep him nameless. But, like, he was Mr. Trump Derangement Syndrome online. And it was like, and the reasons he would give for why he's...
In which direction? Anti?
Anti.
Okay.
And, like,
I think they're both.
Yeah, but he's so anti that he's definitely a big fan. You know what I mean? Fucking, like... And I love this guy. Like, he's a good person or woman. But, like, I know them well enough to know that, like, when you say that, you know, you shouldn't vote for Trump because he's a bad person, he did X, Y, Z, and I know you, dude, and you've done X, Y, and Z. Like, are you just saying that because you know that you couldn't run the country? Like, right. Or like, what's the deal with that? And I don't make fucking excuses or concessions for, you know, other people's poor behavior. I'm a firm believer in accountability. You own that shit, and you make the changes necessary. You know, I'm not the type of guy who's gonna be like, so we used to grab him by the pussy. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, that's still not okay. You know what I mean? But like, in the same sense, man, like, I don't know. I don't get my self-esteem from putting other people, you know, trying to convince you that this guy sucks, you know? And I get it. That's a part of the political game, and that the whole propaganda that they fucking used on the left to make you believe that he was this terrible, awful human being when, like, not for nothing, his resume is just as good as any fucking politician. You know what I mean? Like, that's the truth.
He just doesn't talk like they do.
Exactly. He doesn't fake the funk, you know? He doesn't admit that shit neither. Won't be held, he'll just redirect the conversation. Yeah. But, like, now I lost my train of thought.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. I knew I couldn't trust them. When you know, like, he is what he is, and you can see that. But when you don't know who the fuck's in charge because they just threw a candidate into there without a primary, and you know they've already pushed away other candidates that, you know, pushed out other, like Bernie, who actually gave a shit about people, whether
and had grassroots followings.
Like, he definitely would have won in 2016.
No doubt in my mind.
Definitely would have won in 2020.
No, especially if the Democratic Party would have accepted their fate and would have just been like, you know what, let's just get behind our guy. Got behind Bernie Sanders, 100% he would have won.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it just, if they jump on board and they go through the hoops that they go through, but they couldn't.
No.
Why?
Money
in politics. He was talking about getting money out of politics.
Right.
You can't do that.